Hello and welcome to another episode of a Wicked Parley. Oh my goodness.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You ready?
I'm ready.
The last episode before our 2-ish month hiatus.
Oh my god, I know we're going to be going offline for so long.
Oh, goodness gracious.
And we were also offline for like a while too before this, so it's like...
Lots of planning, lots of things changing.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been...
We're sorry.
Yeah, it is. It's been a journey. That's for sure. It's been a journey. Hello, host. Welcome. Yes. As you probably figured out, that tonight is going to be just kind of like an interesting conversation between everybody who's here. Yeah. So, if you have anything fun to say or questions or things you just like to talk about, feel free to shoot in the chat. And,
arbitrary chaos. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know.
Yeah. So
ignore me.
So in addition to the obvious facts of the situation, of the major changes we're going to be doing to the show when we come back, which is having it basically reorganized and restructured and with some new voices. There's also the fact that I'm actually traveling out of the country. And with that, I'm going to the Philippines, and I am terrified.
Oh, boy. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Our brave co-host here is going over.
Oh, yeah. It's not great. Oh, what we got here?
The host has discovered that they have leveled up in the custodian class. They discovered a hidden brush in the pantry and learned how to remove paint from a Louis Vuitton bag.
Well,
what?
Well, good job. I there's so much of that I... All right, that's out of left field, but that's awesome. Good for you.
How did the paint get onto the Louis Vuitton bag?
I mean, how does anything happen, Someone being clumsy... accidents happen.
And I'm just like, was it a child or was it an adult? Was it a teenager?
Why couldn't it be both?
True. Remember to take the brain cell with you on your ship. Wow.
What brain cell?
Oh no. Oh no.
What's oh no? What do you mean oh no?
You need a brain cell for your trip, buddy.
Do I? I don't know. I feel like I've already checked out. No,
No checking out allowed. Checking into a hotel or checking into the plane, sure, but no checking out until you're coming back.
Yeah. You know what the most terrifying thing is having to put your affairs in order before you leave. Like when you're like, what happens if I don't get back? Who gets what? How does that happen?
Shush. Don't even think about it. Don't put that energy into the universe.
Yeah, my brother said the same thing. I'm like, hey, I'd like to be planned. I'd like to have a plan. It makes me feel comfortable. I know you
like to have a plan, and you already have plans.
Yeah, I know. Pack the essentials. You know what? You're absolutely right, host. I packed so much of the essentials that I actually packed a shower. Like there is a shower in my backpack.
There is a portable shower in his backpack. Yes, there is. Yeah, I know that for a fact because I watched him pack it.
Yeah. Thank you for that, by the way.
Look, packing for an overseas trip is kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's
especially at the length you are going over.
Yeah, it's not great. Not great.
No, it wasn't like 1 week. It wasn't 2 weeks. It wasn't 3 weeks.
Yeah,
it's
a while.
Ooh,
it's a long while. It's a long while.
It's a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. So unfortunately, we won't be able to do any of the YouTube shows like officially while he's gone, but I might be able to do a Twitch stream here and there on like, I don't know, like because we want to keep this particular channel focused on, the discussions we have and whatnot. I don't know if anybody's interested in me gaming, on YouTube for those 2 months you're gone.
Well, I mean, hey, you guys throw games in there. I mean, like they watched us before. You have a portable sink? Okay, that's awesome. And I have
what?
have
I
questions.
have seen portable laundry washers, but they like some of them are foldable, but like others are not.
Oh my gosh, there's so many things that like I wish I could bring. Like, okay, so like if all cards on the table. I would wish I had another piece of luggage because in that luggage would contain all the things that like I can't fit into the thing now. Because I am reasonably certain that if I open up my briefcase and attempt to put something in there, I'm gonna break a zipper.
Are you talking Enchanted Cave or Enchanted Cave 2? Because I have Enchanted Cave 2, and I'm still working on a lot of those achievements.
I'm so confused. I don't know what that means. What's Enchanted Cave?
Enchanted Cave is this essential roguelite explore the dungeon scenario. I've only played Enchanted Cave 2. That was how I got introduced to that series. I've never actually played Enchanted Cave 1. But Enchanted Cave 2 is essentially you start off in a town and there's this cave that if you go in, you find the treasure, you hunt a bunch of monsters, but at every trip you like escape from to, sell your goods, come back when you can't fight anymore and that stuff. It turns a couple of people are continuously missing every single return. And, it continues. You can find some, like diaries and journals in some of these floors. And you continue until you reach the end of the caverns. And guess what? There's more caverns.
Oh, dear Lord.
Like, I've played it completely through, and I'm currently on, like, a new file plus, which is essentially you're doing the game again, but everything's tougher. To, try and get more stuff, more achievements, try to get the best gear.
That completion.
There are also, like, 4 different game modes to the game, including the default mode. So there's the default, then there's like Labyrinth, then there's, Monster Lair, that sort of thing. It's a roguelike game where you pray you know what you're doing, otherwise it's just like aggravating to watch because it's like, no, you go there, no, you missed something. No. I have almost screamed at my own playthroughs whenever I happen to record them.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, hey, maybe you can just play that game and...
Maybe. I did. Okay, I caved and I bought Octopath Traveler 2. I caved. I love the Octopath Traveler series. I still haven't finished the first one because I just keep going route by route and just murdering everything. I have all 8. Yeah, I have all 8 characters and I'm just like constantly like killing things to get them their secondary classes.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
It's like, I need to stop killing everything. I need to move on with the story. It's like, nope, you want to kill that one thing? Yeah, I do want to kill that one thing. It's bad. But, yeah. So... Yeah. Take lots of pictures on your trip, of course.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, hey, if any of you guys want to see pictures, let me know. We'll post it in the Discord. Yeah. I'm sure there'll be lots of pictures.
Has anybody in chat actually, traveled to the Philippines before? I know I haven't.
I cannot not say that in like a couple months. So
you're about to.
I'm about to.
You're about to.
Yeah, honestly, I've heard some horrible things about it so far, and I've heard good things too. It's like I don't know what to believe. You
can believe both.
Yeah, I mean, like I have heard that like people getting stuff stolen is pretty common. So anything you bring to the Philippines, you expect to be comfortable with the idea that you may not be returning with it.
Yeah, thieves are kind of just in every country.
Yeah, but like, I mean...
How rampant they are depends on the security system. And the security.
Yeah, concentrated where I'm landing.
You have not left your country.
Yeah, no.
All right. Fair enough.
My hope is that someone sees me and goes, maybe not steal from that guy. That's my hope. I mean, like.
That's always the prayer. Oh, county.
You have
Oh.
not left my county.
No, that's a lie.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's a lie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that neither of us are in your county right now, host. I am reasonably certain of that. Unless you have a very shocking secret, which we'll get to, I guess, later.
Dude, imagine host has got a clone, and that the clone is the one leaving the county, but not the original.
Oh gosh, I don't want to think about this. Like it just sounds like it sounds creepy.
Hey. Oh come on, it's arbitrary chaos. Let's talk.
Nah. Honestly, the thing I'm most like just weirded out about is the fact of like if I have to use the bathroom on the plane.
Oh yeah, they small, and like people take forever sometimes, and I don't know what the heck they're doing in there.
Well, I think I know. I have a pretty good idea what some people are doing in there.
Some of them, but it's just like some of them, like, or take forever. Like I remember on my trip to Vietnam recently. On the return trip back, me and another person were like trying to use the bathroom, and we were waiting like by the bathroom. And it was like 10 hooking minutes, and then the seatbelt lights came on because we were going through turbulence, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. We have to sit down, but like if we sit down and then somebody closer to the someone closer to the gosh darn bathroom sees that it's finally open, it's just like, not everybody's nice. There's gonna be some asshole. Like recently to my trip to Lake Tahoe, my friend and I were like waiting in line to use the restrooms, and then like there were only 3 of them, and all 3 of them were full, and then one of them emptied out, so I'm like, here's my chance. Cleaner guy comes in.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, you know what, it's the cleaning guy, whatever. And then a second one pops in, and I'm walking toward it, and this kid just comes in and just yoinks himself into the bathroom.
Oh my god.
And I'm just like, if that was my kid, I would have like pinched him.
Yeah, you just grab him and just like smack.
It would have been just like legit dragged by this back of the collar on like the t-shirt. It's like, no, I did not raise you this way. You wait your turn.
Jack, I don't think Guten Tag is spelled that way.
Guten Tag.
Either way.
Oh.
Is it?
No, that's actually correct.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, straight from German to English. Yeah.
Oh.
Good day. What's the German phrase for good evening?
Say it angrier. Guten Tag.
Guten Abend. Again. Gluten Tag. No.
Bread.
Bread
and Tag.
This is apparently good evening. Guten Abend.
Guten Abend.
Guten Tag, bread. Oh my god. Jacket now.
Okay.
Jacket now, you little plague doctor looking pecan.
Weird is all I'm going to say is weird to that. Yeah, honestly, when it comes down to my overall plans for my travel is just, I feel like such a coward because I'm scared to leave.
Oh, I mean, you can feel that way.
Yeah. Not
gonna lie. So a cousin of mine, like, how long ago? I'm pretty sure like 8 years ago. I was flying from Southern California to Northern California to, head home for the holiday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin's parents, i.e. my aunt and uncle, had offered to buy our plane tickets if my family was willing to host my cousin for the vacation. And I'm like, yeah, we don't have an issue. Like, why would we?
Yeah.
Like, we got the room. Like, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So they ordered the tickets, and apparently, as it's getting closer and closer to the date, my cousin actually decides not to go. And I'm like, all right. Like, I didn't really mind as long as they didn't cancel my ticket.
You're like, as long as my ticket's good,
it's like,
we're good.
Look, you already understand that the later you wait for a ticket, the more expensive it gets. They already paid for the ticket. It was literally 2 days before we were supposed to fly that he decided no thank you.
Ugh.
I was not going to buy my own ticket that late.
It'd be like twice the price, if not more.
the only way it would be cheap is if it was a last minute, like somebody else ditched the last minute and like canceled it. I don't even think it was 2 days before the flight. I think he said no like the day before, because when I got to the airplane, they were just like, "Where's the second passenger? He's not coming."
Oh wow.
I think it was like the night before, and he, told his parents, it's like, "Yeah, I don't feel like going," and they were fine with it. It's like it was their money, they didn't care, and I'm just like, okay, fine. It's like, you don't have to come, whatever, like as long as they don't cancel my ticket. I didn't say that part out loud. But it was just like, again, it was the night before. There was no way I was going to get a ticket if I had to, buy it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just like, he actually told me after, talking to his parents about not wanting to go on the flight, he was legitimately thinking about breaking his own ankle so he wouldn't have to go.
Jesus.
And I'm just like, okay, I think it's a good idea that you just decided to say no.
Yeah, what
if your traveling anxiety just hit you that hard.
Damn.
And it's not even like a long flight. It was just from Southern California to like Central California.
Okay, yeah, so it's like an hour.
So it's only like an hour, maybe 2 at the minimum, because it was as far down south of California as you could get.
Oh, okay. Well, no, even if you were traveling from San Diego to, like, say, like Sacramento, hypothetically,
Mm-hmm.
I think that's an hour 15.
Yeah, something. I don't know. Like, I've done from LA to Sacramento in like an hour and 15.
Yeah, I've done that many a time.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with that.
So it's just like, you can be scared. It's just the difference between, bravery and cowardice is like how you act on it.
Yeah, I mean, I see Host's little statement here, but the bravery stems from fear.
Yeah.
Being brave is acting despite being afraid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, in that case, then I'm very brave.
Yeah,
It's like
you
all the
are,
time.
considering all the circumstances that the audience does not know of.
Mm-hmm.
San Diego has great weather, very rain. Yeah,
What?
it's nice. It's just very rainy. He's saying it's kind of rainy over there. San Diego does have nice weather. I was there for school. I was there when I think the last El Nino hit. Gosh darn, the tornado warnings were like, or not. It was just like heavy rainstorm, but they just classify on the phone. It classifies it as a tornado warning. Dude, I got stuck in the rain at one point because I was walking and my umbrella wasn't working. Like, it was working, but the wind was so heavy that it would just get blown the frick back.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to walk about 10 minutes to get from my class to my apartment.
Oh, boy.
And it's like heavily pouring. The wind is blowing my umbrella like everywhere. If my umbrella didn't break, I'd probably be flying away like Mary Poppins. Like, hello? The only thing that would stop me from being Mary Poppins was, funnily enough, my backpack, which at the time felt heavier than me.
Oh my god. Well, I buy that, actually. 1000%. Like, I don't know what you put in your bag, but like clearly it must literally be rocks.
Dense. It gets dense. I pack that thing. I pack all my bags dense. It's like ridiculous. But yeah. So I had to stop under one of the overhead bridges that was on campus because of, I don't know. There was an overhead bridge at some point. So I stopped under it so that Oosh. So I stopped under the bridge, and I am actually taking off my jacket so I can put it over my backpack because it was starting to get like so soaked that I was worried about it, not being fully waterproof because it was only water resistant and it's pouring because it's El Nino season.
Oh, God.
So I put my jacket over my backpack and I put my backpack on like in front so that I could like hang my head over it as I just went to my apartment. I got in there and my roommate is just in the living room and she looks up and has to double take because I am dripping water.
That's great. But by the way, before I forget.
Yeah, go.
Jacket. How do you know the tree was a boy?
A tree almost fell on you? Yikes. The boy wanted you unalive. Well, you're still alive, Jacket, so yay. I'm gonna laugh if the tree had this, like, inscription of the boy.
The boy.
The boy.
That reminds me of what happened to my roommate and his car.
Oh no!
During the so in California over this
El
winter,
Nino the boy.
this winter there's been there was a ton of really high weather storms, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, and
a lot of hail.
Yeah, a lot of hail. And where I live, there are a large number of trees, and there are a large parking structure relatively adjacent to where I live, and those trees are in a row in front of them. And during the rainstorm, one of the large, thick branches broke off in the storm and landed on a neighbor's car and on my roommate's car.
No.
And it was a huge branch, all right? This was like, it was probably a 150-pound branch, all right? This is not like, this was enough.
That weighs more than me.
Yeah, this was a branch that it dented the like all the, dented roommate's car. Where it just got smacked by some of the branches, and that was enough to dent the car. The car that took the brunt of the hit had been the roof had caved in and smashed through their windshield.
No.
And like the branch, once it had made the contact, had broken into several pieces.
Uh-oh.
And so, like, roommate comes out and is like, hey, can you help me, like, move some of this branches that had, like, fallen? and so I'm like, yeah, all right, yeah, that's no problem. I'll go do that, right?
It's like, help.
And I just remember thinking, oh, my God. Like, thank God my car wasn't over here. Like, that's all I could think of. It's like, thank God.
Gotta pray.
So, I mean, I don't know. Weather, I mean, sometimes weather can just be crazy. So, I mean, it is what it is. What I'm afraid of is the fact that, like, the Philippines, like, if I'm understanding it correctly, and maybe I'm a little bit wrong about this, but I think I'm going to the Philippines during their winter, right? Because they're in the southern hemisphere.
I don't know if that's true.
Because I thought, like, isn't it winter in the southern hemisphere when it's summer here?
Yeah, but I don't know if the Philippines is in the southern hemisphere.
Okay, all right. Well, then please check it out for me. Use the all-powerful Google to verify
Yeah, the
this.
Philippines is above the equatorial part of the northern hemisphere. The only reason I thought that was off was because in order to get to Vietnam, we actually passed by the Philippines.
Okay.
And according to the map, the airplane took like a northern curve on the Earth. That's sorry, when I say that, it just reminded me of people who like get... Yeah. No, it just reminded me of people who like get so confused as to why the plane isn't, taking a quote straight path on the map and why it's curving, and I'm just like, you dumbbells, the Earth is not flat.
This is why. This is the whole flat earther stuff. Like, remember we covered this before? Like, I know we talked about these people before.
Yeah, we have, and I'm just like, the Earth is a freaking sphere.
Yeah, I mean, like,
this is the straightest path.
Yeah, I mean, if it was flat, all right, then you couldn't disappear over the horizon. Like, if it was flat,
but that would be funny.
If it was flat, you'd just be really, really faint, like.
Yeah, but it's just like some freaking people, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's like no wonder the plane's taking so long, or no wonder the plane's taking so much fuel. They're taking a curved path, and I'm like, no, this is the straightest path according to a sphere. This is the straightest path according to a sphere. You want to go straight through, you're hitting into the ocean, buddy.
Oh my God.
And I'm just like, I am losing my mind.
Does this mean that does this mean that flat earthers try to disprove this, and so like they just like crash planes?
Look.
Is that that should be a qualification? Like, if you're gonna be a pilot, then you need to not be a flat earther, and if you are, then you don't get to get a license.
It's just like, what type of high are you on? Perspective is a birch. Yeah, it can be a birch. It can also be a spruce, Sorry. Okay, not really. Sorry. I just hear the silence on Justin's end because of the very bad joke.
I'm staying out of that one. Just,
Look, I can admit I laugh at my own bad jokes. As long as I can entertain myself, it's fine.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know it's very, very bad if I don't even laugh at my own joke. Like, that's sad.
Oh.
I have done that before. Like, I have made a joke and then questioned what the heck I just said and why I said it, and like questioning every single like thought process leading up to that moment. And like sometimes I actually end up disappointed with myself.
Oh dear Lord.
It's like, that's not funny. So it's just like, even if I make a bad joke, as long as I find it funny, I'm like kind of okay. It's when I don't find my own joke funny that it's just like, I need to slap myself.
I do have. I wanted to say something before I forget, because I totally will forget this.
I've been like ranting a lot.
Yeah, so it's just make sure I get this.
You immediately went, yeah.
Yeah, you have. I'm not. We have video evidence. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, nah, you didn't do that at all. I'm like, no, you did.
Hey.
You definitely did.
Hey, I can rant sometimes, usually only on episodes like these.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. See, here's the thing. My rants come from rage. Like I will read some articles, or like I'll like go through a book, or I'll be doing some form of research on a topic, and I'll come across something, and I'll just be like, I absolutely fucking hate this, and like I'll just like in my mind it'll be like, it's like almost like I bookmarked this, and then when I get to that in the discussion, I just go off on a tangent. Like it's okay. Yours come from things that are fun and fine. Mine come from a murder side that I deeply try to suppress. So, I mean, hey, these things matter. But the thing that I was going to say is this. When it comes to topics and things that the general, viewers are interested in, if you guys could just drop in the comment section, like an episode topic idea that either we covered in the past that you liked, or a topic that you'd like to see us cover in the future. All right? And the reason why I want this is because I want to know how many people actually watch the show, and I want to know what topics interest you. Because what I would like to do is I would like to revisit some of the more popular topics with more people, so that way we can have a more interesting, more dynamic conversation, and I can present some actual facts and figures to support my opinions on these things, because that's kind of how we're shifting things. So we're going to be adding more voices, so that way there's more opinions from other people. But also, like, if I'm going to say something, it's going to be supported by, here's where it came from. Because, I know that, well, I'm pretty sure Kyle isn't here right now, but I'm sure in the future he may watch this. And Kyle has been rather vocal in the past about wanting to see, a little bit more evidence to support some of the things that we've said. And so, which is totally understandable, and I'm going to do that. And I think it's necessary. So, I just want to make sure I said that beforehand, because I know that, like, that's what it is. And there's a pretty good chance. I mean, we're, almost half an hour into the episode?
Yes.
Only the most dedicated people are going to get to this point anyways, right? So, I mean, like, I feel like most people are just going to be like, oh, well, So I might click on the thing on accident and be like, oops, wrong thing. So,
Yeah. Do you think anybody would actually be interested in me gaming for those regular hours rather than, like actually having a discussion? Like, I can discuss things while playing the game. Thankfully, I have a second monitor.
I mean, hey, you're not going to...
Like, do you think people would be interested?
Maybe.
We could call it like the gaming, sub, the gaming sub. I don't know.
Rose's gaming hour,
Shush.
Yeah, it's like it's just Rose's gaming hour suddenly took 7 hours.
Okay, no. I know there's one weekend where I would not be doing that.
Yeah, like I like how you're like there's one weekend. There's apparently only going to be one weekend of 9. Like, okay, all right.
Like, I know for a fact there is one weekend I would not touch the stream. I would probably pre-record something instead. Probably you and Kyle, maybe one of the other older guys too.
Well, there you go.
I could see that, maybe.
There's the answer right there.
Okay.
I think you should do it. I mean, why not?
Okay.
I
Now the
mean,
question is what game? Like I did mention Octopath Traveler, Host has mentioned Enchanted Cave too, but you would have I have all the save files filled,
it
so
sounds like whatever tickles your fancy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, fair enough. It's just like it's going to be for maybe an hour.
yeah, I mean, if
So
I'll
whatever
put,
I can play with for an hour.
I'll put it this way: like, if I can, I'll pop in the stream, and be like,
Would
hello.
it be over there? Time would it even be over there?
I don't know. What are they? 15, 16 hours ahead, something like that.
Yeah, something. Okay, so it's like 9:30 right now, right?
Sure. So it'd
It
be like,
is 12:30 p.m. over there.
so it's around noon. I mean, like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
having
so
some
if you-
lunch. You know,
Yeah.
like maybe having like
Watching
a.
me make a fool of myself.
Yeah,
and
there you go. Yeah, totally. Then I'll just be like, then I'll just like message you and be like, yeah, maybe not do that again. No, I'm
it's
joking.
like, hey,
I'm
hey, hey. It's like, yeah, don't do that thing again. It's like, which part? There's a delay.
What do you mean, which part? Like, it's like all of it. Just no. No.
All of it. Wow, look at this guy.
I know it's like nothing's happened yet. I'm like, no.
It's like, dude, I haven't even done anything. Exactly.
Oh my god. You know, honestly, like, I am pretty dedicated to playing Destiny, and I'm so sad. The next expansion, like, I think it begins
does it
while
drop
I'm
when
away.
you're over?
Yeah.
No.
So many things happen while I'm gone. I
No.
was. Yeah, I was shocked. Like, I'll be 1,000%.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, this is gonna be a small list of things. Not
Okay,
like I'm
okay.
saying, hey, like this, but like, okay.
Okay.
So, the Spider-Man, the next Spider-Man like game, gets released while I'm gone. Destiny's next seasonal expansion, and it's the thing that wraps up this expansion's thing. Happens while I'm gone. Season 2 of Bastard gets released at the end of this month.
Oh no. This is honestly the thing I hate most about like traveling overseas and stuff. Just
Yeah.
like the stuff you miss if you don't have access to your normal accommodations. You know?
Yeah, it's like it's okay because like I'm gonna be exposed to like a new culture. I'm gonna get to make new friends. I'm gonna get to have lots of wonderful experiences that I'd never normally have. Like that's thought. No, I refuse to divorce Destiny. No, I'm not doing it. I'm putting the hammer down. No. No, I can't. Like, here's the thing. Like, I'm already too in deep. That's the problem, host. When it comes to Destiny, okay, I play Destiny. I have like a love-hate relationship. Okay, I'm like, you know what I am? I'm in an abusive relationship with Destiny. Like that's what's going on here. You know, like that is the situation that I am in. Destiny is it takes my lunch money. It kicks me to the ground. It makes it makes me feel very sad, and then every now and then something crazy will happen. It makes me feel slightly happy, and the cycle repeats itself. I'm stuck. Like,
God, it sounds like Stockholm syndrome.
it kind. I mean, no, I haven't been kidnapped by Destiny. I've just been.
You sure?
I'm not sure, but like the thing is, like. The thing is that like it is just what it is. I mean, like I've tried everything I can to just not be like engaged with it, and yet I still find myself engaged with it.
You know what? Fair.
Yeah, it's kind of like Genshin, like like.
Yeah, for me especially.
Yeah, I play Genshin, and I don't even play it that much anymore. Okay.
Not anymore.
But I play it long enough to earn enough of the material to pull for a character.
My jam.
And my thought process was, okay, if I go to pool on a character and I don't hit the 5-star character, then I'm done with the game forever. I've been trying this strategy for the better part of like 7 months. Like it hasn't helped.
So we just need a child.
I'm missing child. That's it. I have everyone.
Yeah, you're missing Tartaglia. That's about it.
Yeah, I and the thing is I don't spend money on the game like at all. like zero money in the game. I don't even buy the $5 thing anymore. I used to buy the $5 thing. But when I was like, okay, I'll stop playing the game when I stop pulling the characters.
Yeah.
Like I stopped basically paying for any of those things. So like I literally all I do is log in the game, collect the basic primos that are available, and then I shut it off. So that way I'm like only playing for like
A little bit.
yeah, like maybe like 15 minutes tops. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't have my soul.
Finishing the commissions only takes about 15 minutes unless you have to like go everywhere because it just happens to be the farthest point away from any teleport.
Yeah. so like for me, like that's just kind of what it is. And at this point, I've lost friends over this game. Like,
yeah.
There are people who refuse to talk to me because they're so pissed off.
I'm still remembering the time where people were paying you to pull for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then even after paying you to pull for them and being happy with the pulls, they would still be angry.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, you really can't win with those people.
No, it's impossible.
So,
yeah, no, I
don't get it.
But it is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna cry about it. It is what it is.
Not gonna be a patron to it any longer.
Not at all. Not even a little bit.
As soon as it reaches that one criteria, it's over.
Yeah.
This is the last straw.
Yeah, here's my big question.
Yes.
That I have in my head.
Okay.
So when I go back on camera, so when you guys all see me again, do I go with the full American flag behind me, or something else? Do I go with books behind me? Do I go with an American flag? Like I don't know. I've been trying to figure it out.
Is that a question to me too, or no?
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
To be honest, I do like that main painting you have in your main room. That canvas painting. Look at that canvas print.
Are you talking about the one?
The city one.
Oh, the city one. Okay, yeah, okay.
Like, I like that one, and if you do, like, a couple of shelves here and there with some, little knickknacks to, like, break up the color, like, I think that would be good, but, like, that's my opinion.
Okay, well, I mean...
I like a simple, yet... is it elegant?
The only issue I have with that one is yes. It's like... It's almost kind of like with John Oliver, like Last Week Tonight or something like that, or the name of that show is. It's so very similar to that.
Fair enough.
Destiny is a free to try, but you gotta pony up some moolah to really see the goods.
I mean,
okay,
is he wrong?
Yes and no. It's complicated because it's like, okay, here's what I would say, okay? If you're trying to play PvP and you're trying to dabble in raids and story, then the free-to-play content does give you access to 2 raids, gives you access to some PvE content in the form of Dares of Eternity, which also has a dungeon involved in it that you get as well. Or you used to. You might have to pay for the dungeon now. I'm not quite sure on that one. But at one time it was free. And periodic. And here's the thing too: the last week of every season, the last 2 weeks of every season, all the DLCs are free.
Wow.
So
you just gotta be patient.
If you're patient, then you could really be a free-to-play player and get a bunch of stuff. If you are impatient, or you are me, which is like to me, winning the game of Destiny isn't beating a boss. It is collecting every exotic weapon and armor piece that they have, and then just having a treasure trove of fun toys of murder machines at your fingertips. Like, to me,
this is your collector's item game.
Shh.
You can silence me, but you can't silence the truth. I can't believe how fast I said that. Was that even like?
I don't know. You were way too on top of that. I don't know.
Was that even legible? What's the hearing equivalent of legible? Audible, understandable.
Audible, I believe, is the intelligible.
Because it's just like audible is just like, to me, audible just means, can you hear me?
Yeah, I mean that's basically how.
Not like, can you understand me?
Well, I mean, understanding is always perception, okay? Like, some people just have their own language and they're speaking on their language that's supposed to be fluent to everybody. No, that's not what I mean. I mean, like, somebody will be, like, talking, like, English, right? But they'll be using a bunch of random words that doesn't even make any sense, but yet it means something specific to them. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I never know when it comes to these kinds of things. I just kind of go with the flow and just kind of smile and nod until contextual clues explain what the heck's going on.
Yeah, that's my social rule number one when dealing with me. Just smile and nod. You'll get the explanation at some point.
Yeah, at some point, or you'll see them make a move, and you're like, "Oh, I see what's going on here." And let's just hope, that like that's the. Oh no.
Sorry, I just really wanted to type that.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, there's so many things that I look forward to discussing. One of the things that I plan on doing in the future is, and this is going to be something that is going to be partly on YouTube, partly on Patreon. And I guarantee you that this is going to be something that's going to be interesting enough to actually warrant Patreon for at least a few months. I'm going to go through my textbooks for psychology and basically explain certain key parts of the chapters that they actually kind of are, it's possible to refute. And I plan on doing it in a kind of asshole manner. Okay, for those of you guys who haven't figured this out already, I normally am extremely brutally honest and kind of a dick in real life. Sorry, I mean, I know maybe I'm warm and cuddly to some people in the world, but not to most. Like most people, I'm kind of an asshole, and it's okay. I've accepted that. It's my role in life, but it's okay. Anyways, my point is that, like, to me, like I came across a series of books on the last few semesters that made me realize that education is being manipulated in a way that's gatekeeping knowledge from people, so that way and that way they specifically state a type of message that they all want you to hear, but they don't give people the opportunity to really hear all the sides of the arguments or debates. And textbooks are one of those particular avenues that information gets passed. And so what I would like to do is I would like to go through several of my textbooks and just kind of go, this is the information that's portrayed, or maybe not the whole textbook, but like excerpts from it, since I know there's a legality involved in what I'm discussing. But the most glaring problems that exist in those books, I'm pretty sure if we take a paragraph, I'd have the book and cite it, and I'm sure we'll be not infringing anything. But there are lots of problems like that, and I just kind of want to discuss them, and I want to discuss what I think their impact is, and then I'm going to support a couple of my opinions with some actual studies and research that exists. That's one of the things I'm excited about. I'm also excited to kind of revisit a lot of the topics that we've covered before, like understanding why it's not fair for a trans woman to participate in sports. I want to have a full-blown discussion with a bunch of people. Yeah,
I have seen so many clips about that, and I just feel so bad for the women.
Yeah, I feel bad for everyone involved, because I feel like the women are right to have a problem with trans women in their league, because it really kind of puts an asterisk in any of the types of competitions that they participate in. So it's like, if the trans woman wins and second place is second place, well, are they second place women's all biological still, or are they first place for all biological women? It's like, it gets into...
This is a bit crazy. And have you heard what happened recently with what was the name? Riley?
No.
So there was this group, I think NCAA. Don't quote me on any of the names. I'm terrible with names.
Okay.
Especially of organizations. Anyway, so they had a swim meet with the Leah Thomas. And that's the one name they always point out, so that's the one I remember. But like the second place swimmer, Riley, essentially they were tied for first place.
Oh, I know. I've heard this actually.
Yeah, them being tied for first place, and then for photo shoot opportunity is like, okay, so you both technically tied, but we only have one trophy, so it's going to that. So it's going to Leah.
Yeah, because she's.
And I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah, I was like, you couldn't like appear on camera
like,
together.
Yeah, you could like people have like they do that.
Yeah.
Before, like, have them just stand on the first place podium because it's like they both won. And like if you take a look at the third place's face, they are just completely horrified. And when you take a look at Riley, who was tied for first place but got shunted to second place, like that smile is just a dead smile. It's not real. It's like it's the customer service smile.
Oh gosh.
How did
Cut it in half.
They're talking about the trophy.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I mean that would be also
that would
funny.
Be funny.
That would be funny. All right, it's like here we go. If we're gonna have an extra level of the competition, all right, you guys you have firm grip on one handle. Okay, good. All right, you got firm grip on the other one. All right, guys, pull.
It's like okay, and to use the whole "we only have one trophy" as an excuse, I'm like that is definitely an excuse, but it's not a justifiable one.
It's stupid. Like it is.
It's the dumbest excuse I've ever heard. Just like have them both stand up on the podium. Like that's it.
Yeah, it's stupid.
And it's like the women like train for their whole lives for this. Yeah, sure. It's especially like weird once you take into account that Leah Thomas, before they transitioned, it's always pointed out that before they transitioned, they were a mediocre male swimmer.
Yeah, I mean, like that's the thing, though. I mean, like that's really the argument that I think it's true. Look, I mean, like at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to be sexist by saying this, but men biologically have certain advantages that allow them to outcompete most women. You know, an average guy versus an average woman in a physical competition, the guy is probably going to slightly outperform the woman. Probably not by a lot, but it's definitely going to be a difference maker between a first and second in most situations. And so, like, the fact of the matter is, you like, I always think back to I think it was junior high soccer team beat the U.S. women's national championship soccer team. And I'm like, they're not even like, some of them haven't even gone through puberty yet. You know, they beat you. It's like I don't know exactly what we're supposed to say about that, other than the fact that there's got to be a clear distinction. So
yeah, but it was quite funky too, because there's also clips on YouTube where on one of the races, like the amount of people that were cheering when Riley had actually beaten Leah were like deafening.
Wow.
Like Riley beat Leah by like a second or like a couple milliseconds. And like the cheer just was deafening.
Jesus.
And like whoever was captioning the video made it a point to mention that like Leah, after getting out of the water, was just completely ignored by like swimmers and the crowd alike.
Wow.
And I'm just like even if I did, it's like even if I was in Leah's position, it's just like yeah, you might have won, but like with that type of response,
Not exactly the best of situations.
Yeah, that's
well, there are other topics that I would like to talk about for the show as well.
Yeah, go for it.
But but it's okay. We'll have time to think about that. But the main thing is that I really want everybody who watches the show regularly, especially if you made it to this point, drop in the comment section, please. I'm begging you, please.
Please and thank you.
Like make a note, like, or say like, hey, an episode number, like of whatever episode that particularly you liked, or a topic that you like, or a topic you'd like to see us cover. Because I do really want to know who actually watches the show. Because I'm under the impression that not many people watch it.
We get some views, but not watching.
Yeah, and so I'd like to know who actually watches the show and who actually wants to participate in the show, so that way I can better cater an entertaining product for you guys. That's what I ultimately want to do, and so your input is going to be extremely vital in that. So, I would just like to say thank you in advance, but I have social anxiety and crippling indecision. Host.
And give us a list. You don't have to decide on one. Give us a list.
Then give us a list. Yeah, exactly.
And you can send it anonymously, or as anonymously as possible, considering the show.
Yeah, exactly. So.
But yeah, and also let me know what games you might want to see me play. I can't guarantee I have all of them, so I definitely have Octopath Traveler 2. I have Enchanted Cave 2. That's 2 of the games I have, so I might stick with those until I come up with other games that I might want to play.
Okay. Who knows? Maybe if that's successful, when we get back, maybe I'll play a game or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we'll call it Gaming Hours.
Yeah, Gaming Hours. Yeah, it seems like a good name. All right. Well, this has been an interesting night. Obviously, not super crazy, in depth, but I had fun.
Chill episode. Yeah. We always need chill episodes every once in a while.
Yeah, it's important. Get a breather. So hopefully I survived my trip to the Philippines and everything's super good. And if not, know this: I love everyone and I appreciate everything. And so if I don't come back, then just know that.
Wish them well, everybody.
I care about everybody. So with that, I'm gonna leave you there. Until next time. See you next one. Good night, everybody.